Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my channel. My name is Orla. Today we're going to just have some coffee and chats, but I don't even know if this is, I tried to set it up as scheduled live and it just wasn't happening, so I don't know what's going on. I had to schedule it now, and then when it said go live, it was like you have to download software and you have to do this and you have to do that, and I just thought, oh holy cow. So I had to come out of that and just set this one up very quickly. So how is everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? You having a good week? It's gone very, very cold. I noticed my heating, it's done on like a thermostat thing, and it keeps kicking on in the mornings and in the evening times. So it must be getting very cold. Guys, if you're dropping in, just say hi. Let me know who's here. So anyone, any news? How did you all, or what did you all think about the budget? That came out there on Tuesday. Hi, Sinead. Hi, ma'am. Yeah, that came out Tuesday. I don't know, it was the biggest farce. Giving money here, taking money there, giving another bit here, taking it there. I was looking at a program and they were saying that overall, on average, people are going to be down. I think it was something like €11 or something. Hi, Maureen. How are you? So I'm flying solo tonight. Poor Elle Kerry's in work. Again, she's got, what day is today? Thursday, Friday, I think. Friday into Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. She's no more work. Well, no more work. She's off then for a couple of days. But she's training and all next week, so it's going to be a busy week for her. I don't think Siobhan is going to be here tonight. Siobhan was actually quite poorly this week. Sinead, you were poorly, were you? I saw on your Instagram that you weren't 100%. This is the second week in a row I've had to make my own coffee. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking it at all. So did anyone do anything this week or get up to anything? I had actually a crap Tuesday. My car went in for a service and I had to have the timing belt, the alternator belt, 2 tyres on it, light bulbs, and I didn't think there was a problem with any of them. Light bulbs, what else was gone? Oh, the bushings on the front of the car, apparently both of them had cracked. I had to get them done. Jeez, what else did I have to get done? There was a whole heap of stuff came out anyway. And yeah, I wasn't happy. Didn't get my car back until this evening. And I noticed when I got in the car, some of the bulbs, well, when I went to drop Kerry to school, Jesus Christ, to work. Obviously it was dark then, and I noticed a bulb in the front is gone. And there's a weird noise coming out of the car now, so I have to go bring it back to him in the morning. So that happened Tuesday. I went to top up my gas meter on Tuesday evening, and it said call for help. I thought, who, me or you? Me or the meter? Like, which one of us needs help? And what happened then? There was something else happened. Oh yeah, the budget in between. So yeah, Tuesday wasn't really a good day. A bit fed up on Tuesday. So yeah, so Hayley's still in Letterkenny. She is settled in. She made some nice friends. So I'm happy that way. She seems settled, which is nice, because it is a worry. It's a worry when you're sitting down here and you're thinking, my God, Letterkenny is so far away. You just, but it's not, it's only about 2.5 hours, actually closer than Galway. So, what you call it? So yeah, so she's made friends. She's made a couple of good friends. It's Freshers Week, I think, next week. So we'll see how that pans out. But I've been doing, actually, since she's been gone, it's really funny. She used to get the odd bit of post in, nothing major. Jesus Christ, since she's gone up to Letterkenny, all that seems to come in the door is post for her. And I'm ringing her going, I think this post from this, and she's like, oh, can you? And all it seems to be is forms upon forms upon forms to fill out. So that's all I've really spent this week doing. I haven't done much because obviously I'd no car from 8:30 on Tuesday morning until about 12 o'clock today. So I couldn't really get out and do stuff. And then I had all her forms to fill in. And it was just crazy. It was like ringing departments, ringing this, ringing that, logging on here. I was like, holy Jesus Christ. There was no breaking in at all. Like, but we got it all done. But now I have to post her up, I think about 4 forms she has to sign. And then post them back down to me, and then I'll send them all off. It's just crazy. As I said, when she was here, there was no post for her at all. Like, and now she's just running around like a lunatic. So, Mommy, what's the weather like over on your side of the country? Are you having... It's gone very cold here. Well, I think it is. I think I'm just a cold creature, but I think it's gone very cold. My heating and all is kicking on. When I rang the gas company, when it said call for help, I had to ring them. It was about, I suppose, maybe 5:30. I rang. This fella turned up at... So, between the time I went to put the top up on the gas meter, I had no heating and I had no cooker at all, no hot water, anything like. And I don't know if it was because I knew I had no heating. I seemed to get colder. It's just bizarre. And the poor guy turned up at 9 o'clock. And I said to him, geez, you're working very late. I'd written him off at that stage. I thought he wouldn't be coming out till the next day. And he said, oh no, we're 24 hours. So I was like, okay. So yeah, so that was my Tuesday. It was a bit of a mad day, all right. But sure, look, what can you do? So is Mammy there? I can see her name there. She's just not coming. She's the bag moved beside me. Carol, it's actually funny. I'm here on my own. Well, on my own. Carol's up in bed. He was working on a new game he's trying to release. It'll be his 3rd game, I think. And he was working on that all night, most of the night. And then he'd schoolwork to do. So I actually have his schoolwork. I have to post that off in the morning. But he's gone to bed. Kerry's in work. Kerry's in Letterkenny, and I'm sitting in the house on my own. I'm just like, cool. It's very quiet. Very, very quiet. Because obviously I have to turn everything off while I'm doing the live stream. So, cheers maybe. So yeah, it's just like dead silence, bar me yakking away here. Like, no sign of Siobhan. I know Siobhan is quite poorly. So yeah, so I didn't do much. I bought myself some Oracle cards this week. I bought myself 2 decks of Oracle cards. I like Oracle cards. I like doing them in the morning when I get up. And I just think they can be very encouraging in the mornings. And I have affirmations that you can do in the morning as well. And I sort of do a mixture of both. I think it's just nice. Just a nice way to start my day. So the first, now I'm not, cards I got, and I know these won't be everybody's choice or anybody. It's a witch's oracle cards. I don't know if you can see that well. I got them. Now some of the cards look, see if I can, a bit dark. Sorry, it's a bit of a glare. But they're actually not bad. They can be quite nice. Like there is a couple of the witch's hat. There is a couple of darker ones, but there's a couple of nice bright ones. Some of the what you call it? Sorry, I've turned them all the wrong way. Some of the artwork on it is quite nice. The union card. Trying to see if there's nice one. The ritual card. But yeah, they're nice. They're and that's the back of them. There. As I said, I like oracle cards. This I have about 4, 5 different sets of them. But these were new ones, new to me. Well, they are new, they're brand new. But I had never seen the witches ones before. And I just thought they'd be nice just to have in the morning, just to have a little bit of a play around with, like, because why not? And the other set I got, sorry, I just don't want them to fall on the floor. They fell on the floor the other morning. I must have been 20 minutes trying to pick them up. They went under and in everything. The other set of cards I got were a Angel Answer Oracle cards. And these are nice. These are if you have a very quick yes or no answer, or something that's very black or white. They have yes, no cards, and they have time span cards. So it's like, sorry, let me just try and get it without the glare off the. So that's the no card, and then you have no, just a little no, a yes card, and a big yes card, and a don't stop. There's something better. So they're just nice. They come out if you ask a question. You can ask a question and they can just sort of, I'm not saying they answer them, but they come out and you can just, normally I'd shuffle them in the morning. Like with the witches cards, I might say, just tell me something I need to know for today. I have a lovely ones and it's about women empowerment. And I usually do them first thing in the morning. And they are all about, it might be, I'd shuffle them, and if one falls out, I might say, today notice, or today be grateful for 5 things. And yeah, I'd write down 4 or 5 things that you're grateful for. And I think it's just a nice way to get your mindset, or with these cards, it might, I don't know, let's say a relationship, and you're like, how is my relationship going to go? And I might come out with be assertive. So you need to be assertive. Don't be afraid to be assertive. And then it might be like, will the other person get offended? And you might get a yes or no or whatever. You can do whatever way you like. I mean, it's up to you. But like with the witches cards, I might just say to them, give me something I need to know today. And one card might pop out, and it might be that you need to get in touch with your feminine side, or it could be you're working too much, take a break, or it could be go spend time in the garden and plant some seeds and reconnect with nature. And that could be your card for the day, and you'll find yourself where you're out doing something and you go, oh, I'm reconnecting with nature. You know, I think it's just a nice way to start the day. It's a very soft way to start the day. You know, I'm just trying to see if there's what the other romance. So there's no need to worry. So you can ask them. They're meant to be just asked for very specific, I think, very general questions. Yes, no answers, and a timeline. That's the little book that comes with them. So when you get the cards, if you're unsure, and we say you pick one out of the deck just to try, you can actually open up the book, and it'll give you what it is, the meaning, abundance. So it'll give you just the meaning of the cards. And you can read through that. I mean, I know a friend of mine meditates on the message that's on it. I'm not that heavy. I don't meditate on it, but I would read it. And some days I'd look at it and go, you are absolutely no relevant to me. And other days I wake up and go, I needed to hear that. It all depends on how you're starting your day and what's happened the night before. Sorry, I just want to put them back in the bag. They fall all over. They're actually quite, what'd you say? Not glossy. Yeah, glossy. So they sort of slip out of your hands quite easily. So if they fall, and you know what? For 44 cards, they go everywhere. Everywhere. I am thinking of getting a tarot card deck, but I don't know if I'm brave enough to go down that road. But no, it's something that I might have a look in at. You know, it's more in there's affirmation cards you can get as well, which are just like they're nice little sayings just to start your day. And it could be, you are beautiful, you are confident, and you've got this day. And that's all it'll say. And sometimes that's just what you need to hear when you've had a rough day the day before. you know. Lisa G, good to see you, pet. How are you? You used to collect them? Yeah, I find there's certain ones I'll go on and I'm very, very drawn to. Um, I have ones that are shadow and light, and they're nearly like what was it, Alice in Wonderland type figure drawings on them. They're very, very pretty. But I find they're aimed at maybe a teenager, like the language they use to describe the cards is very teenagery. And it can be quite funny when you ask a question, this card pops out and it's like, yeah, they just come out. Sometimes they come out with the weirdest messages and you're thinking, holy God, like, weather down with mum is dry and warm. Evenings are cool, just the heating on around 8 or 9 and then switch it off as it gets too hot. Yeah, I'm just finding that, well, I suppose I should be getting up at about 6:30 to collect Kerry anyway. And I have the heating set to come on at 6. But the last couple of weeks it hasn't been switching on because obviously the thermostat's staying up. But I noticed, was it yesterday? No, not yesterday because I didn't collect Kerry. Oh, I did have to get up. The flaff of trying to get Kerry because where she works, there's no direct bus from us. So obviously when I didn't have my car, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, she had to get taxis. It cost me the guts of €50 each day to get her a taxi into work. It was just, she paid for one day and I paid for one day. So it wasn't too bad. But yeah, no, I got up the other day and the heat and it kicked on. It was just like, whoa, it's cold. It's cold. I got myself a new notebook. It's a little planner notebook, but it only does weeklies, but it's blank. It does the week. I'm a diva for taking notes. A diva for taking notes. Don't do much with the notes when I take them, but I'm a diva for taking loads of notes. I got that up in TK Maxx, $6.99. It wasn't bad. And I love the colours on it. I love those pastel colours. I just think they're very pretty. That's more what attracted me to the book than anything. It's just the colour of the... I have to take that off. Do you know what, lads? It's getting into winter. Has anyone got any recommendations for Netflix or a good series to get into? Because as the days get shorter, it's nice to be able to sit down and get dug into something. Oh, Lisa, the budget here in Ireland was the other day, and cigarettes went up by 50 cents. So for a pack of 20 cigarettes, it's about €15 now for a pack of cigarettes. Crazy money. Crazy, crazy. And they left the wine alone. But yeah, cigarettes have gone through the roof. We're all back in our vapes again. So does anyone have any news, any Netflix recommendations that has nothing to do with horror or being scared? Because I just don't like that. We want to do something that's... How is your little one, Aoife, Sinead? How's she doing? Did she get over whooping cough? Can they do that, Lisa? Can they just put your rent up by $500? That's shocking. In Ireland, they had to bring in rent restrictions, zones, like for Dublin, Cork, all the big cities, even where I am. You can't put it up more than, I think it's 4% a year or 4% every 2 years. I'm not sure. But because like that, it was getting crazy. Hi, Katie. How are you? How is Guernsey? You's all doing well over there? Sorry, I'm just moving all the stuff anyway. Yeah, it's all over here, parts of Florida. We may have to move 2 hours away for our jobs to be able to... That's shocking, Lisa. That's absolutely shocking. I mean, Ireland was getting crazy. I mean, I know a couple of people I know, they're paying nearly $2,000 for like a 2-bedroom apartment in central Dublin. And you're thinking, you're nuts. Like, it's absolutely crazy. See, with the case numbers now going back up, they're saying that we might go back on everybody's red list again. And Carol was meant to be going on a ski trip to Boston in February. and that's been cancelled because they said that they can no longer guarantee that the Irish will be allowed back into America because the case numbers are going up so much, and they said it was too big of a risk. So I think they've swapped them to Austria. I don't know. He's not going anymore. But I just saw the email come in tonight. They've moved them to Austria. Excuse me. But yeah, so case numbers are going through the roof again. And I'm trying to remember this. They said case numbers are going up by 2% a day, but hospital admissions are going up by 2.7% or something. So I don't know who's all the people going into. I suppose maybe 2 weeks ago. It's the people from 2 weeks ago that are only going into hospital now. I don't know. Yeah, Lisa, I think it was Biden said that from November they were going to lift the ban, that they'd let Europeans and UK and Irish citizens in. But our case numbers have started to go back up really, really high again. So I don't know. And our holiday's paid and everything's paid in full. So I don't know what's going to happen. Kerry's actually, when she went for the interview in the place she's working in now, she, at the interview, told them that she'd booked to go to Florida, and your woman's looking at her going, you're never going to get to Florida. And then when obviously the ban was announced, that I think from November, I'm not sure, don't quote me on it, but I think from November, the ban is going to be lifted. They came in and they actually approved her holidays so she's over the moon. She's got her holidays approved. Hayley is in a bit of a flap up in Letterkenny because she obviously doing law. You can't really miss much time off the course because it is quite a comprehensive course. So she has a meeting with her tutor, I think either tomorrow morning, tomorrow morning, Friday, or Monday. Or sorry, Tuesday. She doesn't have school actually on a Monday. But she's going to go in and see what she has to say and see if she'll even allow the work to be sent to her, or there's like a common share board thing. I'm not sure. So we'll see. But she's in a bit of a panic over that. Carl couldn't give a damn. He's just going. I think he's like my mum. They don't care where they're going. They don't care where they're going. They just want to go. But we've been very good. Hi, Susan. How are you? God, I haven't seen you in a while, Susan. Same with Lisa G. Lisa G, I haven't seen for a couple of weeks. Katie, did you get over your little operation last week? We weren't talking about you, but we were keeping you in our thoughts, if that makes sense. Did you get over it okay? Is everything all right and you're back to rights again? Yeah, Lisa, I don't know. Do you know what's happening with the cruises over there? We're meant to be going out of Fort Lauderdale. And I just heard it applied to an awful lot of the cruises were back on, but it applied to everywhere bar Florida, because Florida have their own set of rules or their own something going on. I don't know if it's the Supreme Court's involved. Don't quote me on it, but I heard something. Did you hear anything, or? Oh my God. But yeah, so that's the way we are. I think at this stage, I'd sell my right kidney if I thought I could get out of the country. I'm done. Like, I'd love to go back over to Spain and see Glynis, my friend Glynis. But obviously she hasn't been able to get back even to the UK, because she's from the UK, where I could have gone over. I haven't seen her in years now at this stage, and I was talking to her actually on what's it called, Skype. But it's not the same. It's just not the same. So yeah, so that's the story. Kerry's finished at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I was getting out of the car. She was like, have a good sleep and I'll see you in the morning. I'm like, oh God. And she comes in, and I know she's after work a night shift, and I know she's tired, but they're after drinking coffee and obviously having meals and stuff during the night. The child just come in the door, bouncing, and it's like, seriously, I'm only up. You need to calm down. But she's like full of beans. I'm just like, holy moly. Holy moly, stop. So is anybody anything planned here? Guys, I don't know if the chat is just coming through exceptionally slow. tonight. It's just really, really dribby drubby. Oh, Katie, I'm glad. I'm really glad you got over that okay. Oh, okay. All right, Lisa. Okay. Okay. I know there was a thing where they let them, if you had your vaccine and stuff, you were fine, you were able to go. But I think if you wanted to get off different ports, you had to take a COVID test. Fine, no problem. But I think they brought in something now where every day you have to take a COVID test if you're on a cruise. I'm not sure. When you hear bits and pieces coming through. Kate, you were just out for dinner with friends. Oh, that sounds nice. I'm actually meeting up with my friend of mine on Saturday, and I am Monday. I'm going out, and I think Friday. Haven't confirmed Friday yet, but I'm getting there. All of a sudden, just people are like, "All right, let's go out." Like, but it's all out like that. Are you able to dine indoors now, or is it indoor just vaccinated only, or what way is it working over there? Sinead, you're very quiet, love. But yeah, so that's what's happening. I went to take down the suitcases, see, like, not that I'm really looking forward to this one, but I was taking down the suitcases, and I realised I only had two suitcases between the four of us. So I think I'm going to have to buy some suitcases. You've no restrictions on the islands. Wow, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Well done. Well done to Guernsey. Yeah, we're meant to be, I think, losing our restriction, or losing. We're meant to be trying to get rid of our restrictions next week. But I don't know, they're hemming and hawing a bit now at the moment, because I think was it over 2,000 cases today and yesterday, the day before? And they're worried because they're rising up. But like, I went into, myself and Kerry went into Dublin there, so last week before, can't remember. And when we went in to eat, your mum said to us, have you got a COVID cert? And I said, oh yeah, because it was on my phone. And I said to Kerry, I said, oh, get your phone out. He said, no. He says, once one of you has it, it's good enough. And that was in the centre of Dublin. And I'm thinking the place was jam-packed. And I was just like, wow, what, they're not even. And as I said, once one in the party had it that could show it, he was happy enough with that and let us in. I said, oh my God. And then they want to know why it's spreading like wildfire. Hi, Anne-Marie, how are you? YouTube channel Midships just did a video on recent COVID outbreaks on cruise ships in Florida. Okay, I'll have a look at them. I'll have a look there. You have a rise in cases too, Katie. Okay. But as long as the hospital admissions stay low and death rate low, then it's just living with COVID. Yeah. I mean, I know they were saying here that the emissions and stuff had gone up, but it was something like 70% or 60 odd percent of people in ICU and getting admitted were unvaccinated. So you're always going to have people who don't have the vaccine that are going to end up in hospital. If they're not, as you say, if they're not getting admitted into ICU, it's living with COVID. And it's flu season now, so we'll all have to jump at the jab. I know Kerry's gone up, she's getting her jab next week, I think. She has to have it obviously for work. The poor child has had more jabs. Every time I look at her, she's going to have to book a jab. And Maria, I was in Portugal a few weeks ago, and most places check for certs. If the place was packed, we didn't go in. That's it. It's common sense now, where I think an awful lot of people are walking up to place, and if it's full, you're just going, no, not even going to work it. But we actually went in for lunch, and the place wasn't that full. But I couldn't believe when he just said, once one of you has it, and it's fine. I thought, wow. Yeah, Lisa, I believe you because my mum and myself went over to Texas in the September 1999, and my mother came back and ended up in hospital with suspected pneumonia. And when I'm saying that, she went in and she was unconscious for days. Like, even the nurse said to me, she's like, "I can't wake your mum up." And obviously, we managed to wake her up, but yeah, she was in and out, and I reckon that was COVID because there was no way she would have been that bad with pneumonia. There's just no way. Like, but I 100% believe you, Lisa, because it was definitely around before it was announced as being around, if that makes sense. It was just, yeah. So, guys, I need recommendations for something to watch on Netflix or Disney Plus. They're the only two streamers I have to watch over the winter. A nice, good series that I can get detectives or um, detectives or something. I don't know. I need to watch something. Sounds awful. I think it would spread. It spread too fast. It was. If you saw my mum, Lizzie, and this is as true as God, she was sitting on the couch, and she said to me, "I think I'm going to go home back down to Galway tomorrow." And I said, "Oh, okay." And she said, "Yeah, I'm going to go to bed, get an early night because I don't want to be tired traveling." Fine. She wasn't in bed 2 hours, 3 hours. She did temperature up. I think it was way up anyway, to the point where you didn't even have to touch her. You could feel just the heat coming off her. She couldn't get out of bed. She did manage to get herself out of bed, nearly collapsed in the bathroom. And it was in the space of she was sitting there talking to us, to calling the doctor, and the doctor going, "She needs to be admitted to hospital, like, now." Sons of Anarchy. I haven't watched that yet. Is it good? Anne-Marie, tell me if it's good. I want something. Do you know what I actually ideally would love? About 4 different series that I could watch, one of each, back to back, each night, and that'd be 4 hours, and then I could go to bed. I hate the long evenings especially when there's nothing to watch. I was watching 911 with oh, what's her face? The girl that was in Ghost Whispers, Melissa, someone or other, her. I was watching that 911, and I watched 911 Chicago or something it was called. It's brilliant. Yeah, I like being able to do that. Just watch one every night, but for like a couple of weeks, and really get dug into it. Like, I'm not one of these that would sit down and binge on a load of the same um, series for like 5 hours. I get bored. I've an attention span of a goldfish, like, so I like to be able to swap it up all the time. But that 911 was good. I watched the movie. Oh geez, now we're going to be looking. I watched the movie 911. I can't think of the name of your man. I wasn't overly impressed, I have to say. Sorry, I'm just trying to find where my list is on my Netflix. I'm not being rude looking down. Let me go in here. Trending at my list. Oh, The Guilty, that's what it was called. The Guilty. Yeah, I thought it was awful. I thought it was awful, awful slow. Obviously he's a 911 operator, so it's all set in a 911 operating room mainly. But it was very slow to get going, to get the story going. What else is there? Young Wallander. I want to watch Young Wallander. I've watched Wallander, the full series, but I haven't watched Young Wallander, and I want to do that. Trying to see if there's any. What's that Squid Game? Is that meant to be any good? Does anybody know? It's meant to be number one in Ireland. But is it? Has anybody actually watched it? I've met nobody who's watched it. Oh dear God. Sorry guys, there's just an Egypt after coming in there. Just let me remove him. I choose from this. Hi, Sarah. How are you, my love? I was meant to send you a message and it wouldn't go through for me. Oh, hang on. Sarah, are you okay? Can I add you there? And can you just keep kicking? Sorry. Thanks, Sarah. Sorry, Sarah, it's just when you popped up and obviously you and everybody else popped in. Oh my God. What is the story with this? Can I do something about him?